What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, I'm actually not sure if y'all are happy or sad I'm not doing another hot take video and we're playing some more Magic. But I'm sure y'all let me know down in the comments. But we do have a very interesting situation today, where a couple of days ago I played a game on stream where I actually got to play against a person who was playing a Haunting Voyage deck that got all these giants out of the graveyard. Well, turns out that person was a viewer who then hopped into my Discord and we chit-chatted about the deck list. And since I already was kind of working on some Haunting Voyage stuff, I figured, why not? So we're going to play it today for you. Weird coincidence, but hey, things like that happen on the internet. So let's talk about the deck list on the other side of the intro. Okay, now let me say that this list does have some flaws, right? I'm expecting if we run into rogues, it's going to be a little difficult. If we run into heavy like Azorius control, it's going to be pretty difficult, right? We know these things. But against other stuff, we probably have a reasonable chance. So just keep that in mind for understanding why the deck's built the way it is. So here we're playing a 3 Heartless Act. No surprise, you gotta have some ways to stay alive till later parts of the game. Cathartic Reunion. This lets you discard 2, draw 3. It's really the discard that we're wanting. The drawing is really just to find the Haunting Voyage, but getting stuff into the graveyard is also key to this list. So you need to have those cards. Same thing here with Thirst for Meaning. Could be one of those things where normally you would not want to play Thirst for Meaning if you didn't have a bunch of enchantments, but we don't care. We just want to get stuff in the graveyard. So yeah, these two are going to do a lot of work in this list. Extinction Event, obviously just trying to keep us alive and buy time. Calamity Bearer, because all your creatures are giants, so you want to be able to maximize your damage. Shadow's Verdict gets rid of everything except for your giants, which is nice. And then now this is the part of the deck where we start differing a bit, as I have found room to squeeze 3 Quake Bringers in here. The reason being is I do feel there's going to be times I want to have at least a creature in play, maybe get the opponent to spend some spells, block a thing, tie up some mana, or even while they're in the graveyard, maybe we get a couple of points of damage and making life a little bit easier later. I could be entirely wrong, but I feel more comfortable going this route. Then we have Surtland Flinger. Flinger. Why was it so hard to say? Surtland Flinger. When this attacks, it gets to sacrifice another creature, and if that creature is a giant, it deals double the damage equal to its power. Obviously, we're going to be able to do some big damage here. It is a 4/6, so even if you just have to play it straight up and block, that's not the worst thing. And if your creatures go to your graveyard, that's not awful either, because we're playing Haunting Voyage, which obviously does a card itself. This is interesting too. When you look at cards like Haunting Voyage, you look and think, oh, normally Foretell makes your cards cheaper. In this case, it actually doesn't. It actually just makes it cost 1 more, but you get all of the giants. So depending on how things work, this could be super big for us. Then we have Doomscar Titan. We are playing 4 of these because this gives your creature extra power, but also gives them haste whenever this comes into play. And this also has an interesting Foretell cost in the sense that it doesn't really make it that much cheaper just by 1, but still good enough to do what you need to do. Then we have Cinderheart Giant, and I believe the users list had 4 of these initially, which I totally get and might actually still be correct, mind you. I'm not gonna say it's not, because it's very possible just having a 7 power creature that has trample and gives you a big fling from the flinger might be more of what we want, other than the 5 power creatures. So who knows? I think they could be correct on this one, but I'm going with just what I feel is a safer version for me. Then we have Island, 2 Swamp, Mountain, all the pathways, 3 each of Temple of Deceit, Temple of Malice, and 2 Temple of Epiphany. I generally don't want to have so many tap lands if I can avoid it, but in this case, I don't really mind. Mostly because we're playing a slower deck anyway. We're going to have to get to 5, 6, 7 mana. So if this helps us filter our deck, find more things to get into the graveyard, draw more cards, stuff like that, then it makes perfect sense to do what it needs to do, especially if some of those cards are all the scrying that really can help us find our creature removal, our sweepers, that sort of thing. So overall, this is actually a pretty interesting list. I like the way they're going with it. I like what it does with the Haunting Voyage. So let's go hop into some games and see how we do. Ugh, mulligan. Ooh, that's not much better. All right. I guess I should have put that on black and then this one on red. Nah, it's a bad move because now I have to put this one on black. Yep, see, and then I drew a blue land. I would have been fine. Now I'm not going to be able to cast my Calamity Bearer. Wordsmith. Alright, I guess we're just going to kill stuff systematically for a little while. So we can figure out what's going on. Okay, well, we're going to do a whole lot of nothing. We just both pass, I guess. Alright, they're going to Foulmire Knight to get a card. We'll see what the opponent's up to. Looks like they're playing some type of adventure deck. I'm just going to let that live. At some point, we're going to be able to get to use these, See, I'd be able to at least cast a Calamity Bearer here now. Figure we might get to use Extinction Event for even and get some extra value here sooner or later. We'll take a couple of hits. Alright. And nothing else? That's weird, but okay. We'll toss some giants. And draw some cards. That'll help. Not the way I was looking to get there, but I'll take it. And 18, I don't think we're going to die, so sure. So now we have the options of Extinction Event, Shadow's Verdict. Thought they were at least going to draw another card or something there. Now we want them to start kind of emptying their hand a little bit here. Alright, we can get that one as well. So they didn't empty their hand, which is what we were aiming for. They're being very particular to keep leaving 3 mana up for some reason. Is it a counter? Nope. I don't know what they're doing. They've been trying to leave 3 mana up. And I don't know what it's for. It's very weird when you see stuff like that. Oh. Alright. Reasonable, I guess. Yeah, I've never really liked that. I mean, I know some people have tried. Early on, I tried putting the card in 3 or 4 decks, and it just did not come together for me. Look at that. All odd. How convenient. Was that like the church lady that did that, I think? On Saturday Night Live? How convenient. Cool. Get the whole team. I mean, I wish we had more giants in the yard. A giant killer. Yeah, the copious, curious pair. They just went straight up for real adventure. Okay, sure. So we have even, odd. Alright, well let's... Actually, no, let's cancel. Let's just use the Shadow's Verdict. No point in getting crazy. I mean, we're pretty well protected and have 11 life right now, but we're not really doing much of anything. So I'm going to just do this on our turn. Exactly, so we can at least play a land. I'm going to tuck one of those. Alright, well, opponent gave up. Mulligans. Ooh, ah. Okay, we'll keep that. That is not a happy time, though. I mean, we have to put that on blue, even though we know we want black, but, like, we gotta draw a land. Get out of trouble here. At least these Thirst for Meanings can do a little something, maybe. Alright, that's nice. Find that. And unfortunately, don't have... Well, I mean, we have one giant to toss in the yard. And because we only had 2 land, I opted to go ahead and keep the Thirst for Meaning instead of another giant there. Well, you do get a Calamity Bearer from me. That is a real thing that we can get our butt kicked by. Great. That is super sad and unfortunate. Can't afford to tuck our Quakebringer because we need to Thirst for Meaning here pretty badly. I mean, we might end up taking 6 next turn from our own giant, which is pretty sad. We need that mana, so one of those has to go. I guess this has to go. I mean, the way I figure it is, if they go ahead and convert to our giant, then so be it. We'll take a bunch of damage, but they're also doing nothing else for the turn, and then we can just Extinction Event following. Yep, that's what I thought they were going to do. Alright. Sounds good. We take 6. Well, or we could save that Heartless Act and do that. So we do this, and I don't even know what the opponent's playing at this point. I have no idea. I'm going to get rid of Shadow's Verdict. Probably wrong, but, like, I truly have no idea what the opponent's doing. And then I'm just going to tuck a Doomscar Titan? I don't know. I mean, maybe they just have another Valky. And they're just going to take a Calamity Bearer again. Yep, that's what I thought. I don't know how I figured that one out. Oh, come on. And this normally costs 6, so we can't actually do this and then Extinction Event, because that doesn't really work out in our favor. Okay, fine. Assuming this is a weird control deck or something? Like, I'm not really sure what else would be happening here. Alright, Doomscar. Like, not a surprise if that's what was over there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna need another land, maybe. Let's go ahead and do this. Ugh. Ooh. I mean, I guess the lands have to go? I don't even know what to do with this. guess that. I don't really know here. I'm just like, what am I even picking? I mean, opponent's been stuck at 4 lands for a little while. They haven't really shown us any real things. They're just kind of controlling here. Like a snow control deck. If that's even a thing. I guess maybe a Shadow's Verdict. Alright. I'm gonna kill this. They didn't tuck a Doomscar or anything last turn, so... Oh, it's a Kaya. Alright, that makes sense.
I won't stand by as innocent people are slaughtered yet. Out.
And this is probably like Elspeth Conquers Death or something here. Or not? I don't know what the opponent could even be casting here. Oh, Blood on the Snow. Alright, that makes sense. I mean, because of the Giant's ability, it has to trigger something when Blood on the Snow resolves. So it kills the one creature that's in play. Okay, Haunting Voyage. And we've got Cinderheart, Calamity Bearer, Wakebringer in hand. Or in the yard. Those together don't do quite enough. Let's just tuck this. And we'll pass. I don't think the opponent's aware of what we're doing yet. And that doesn't help our case any. Yep.
You'll be fine.
We'll go to 6. I think we're just dead. Yeah, we'd rather you not be in hand. I mean, we can get a bunch of duders back. Alright. Gotta do something. Got a boat full of 3 giants. And if they don't get dealt with, I mean, maybe we could still do something. Man, it's only to a creature even. Not even like creature or planeswalker. So frustrating.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
More Blood on the Snow. Ugh. Another one of these? Alright. Sure. How do I get a creature in our graveyard? I mean, we could do this and then tuck that and just risk dying next turn. I think this is what we have to do, though. If it works, we win. If it doesn't, we die. I mean, we might as well just go for it here, right? Okay, that wasn't the worst thing, actually. Alright, that gives us some protection against another Vorinclex. That's alright. It's at the beginning of your end step, right? Or beginning of your upkeep. Alright. There's a Vorinclex. We can kill that. What is the opponent GGing us for? Oh, we're gonna GG him back. I'm not one to have bad manners, but like, if you're gonna do that, then cool. I'm gonna GG you back. Here comes all the pain, opponent. All the pain. There you go. Okay, we go first. Yeah, we keep this. For me, I think the first thing, really, is if you think the opponent has a discard or some such or whatever, then go ahead and tuck your Haunting Voyage. I think that's the biggest thing, just to protect it. If they're playing something like aggro or whatever, like, then you can be more aggressive in finding the other cards you want. Here, unfortunately, opponent's playing mill. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. And like we said, playing against rogues, I don't know how we're even going to get through this, really. I'm just going to get rid of the Shadows Verdict. I know it's one of the things we need, but like without lands and stuff, this is going nowhere anyway. All right, Thought Thief, sure. I mean, we're also doing a mill job ourselves, so that's not helping our case any. All right, so I think next turn I'm going to go ahead and play a Calamity Bear. It's probably just going to die to a Heartless Act, but I think that's what we're going to do anyway. Just to tie up the opponent's mana and hopefully get them to at least tap something. I mean, because we can only survive 2 more attacks anyway. And not even that, really. If they splash in a Soaring Thought Thief, we're probably just dead. Yeah. That is not going to go our way here. Can't do that. I guess we'll do that. Probably does not make it. I mean, the only other thing we can hope for, which doesn't even help us, is we can... Extinction Event, maybe? But I don't even think that's going to do it, really. But let's see what happens. Alright, another Thought Thief. That's bad, but not the end of the world. We can still block on the ground. We're already down to 30 cards. Alright. That buys us a turn. So we can get one more turn in here. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. Is there any combination of things in the yard? If we were to get... I'm just trying to think. If we make it to next turn, if we could get Cinderheart and Doom... No, we probably have to get this and this. That's 3, 6... That'd be a 4, so that'd be 8. That would be 5. That would be 10. So that's only 18. That's not going to get us there necessarily. What we need, one, is a black land, first of all. Do we put a Flinger in instead of a Quakebringer? I mean, I don't know. We have to get exactly a black land, and they have to not have a counter, and we need them to not have a Thought Thief here. There's like a billion things. We're just gonna die to who knows what. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. This actually seems fine. I guess we'll keep this. I mean, we can Cathartic Reunion. We can go ahead and set this up with Foretell. We can draw some cards. Like, this feels all right. Do need to be a little careful because we have to discard 2 before we draw with Cathartic Reunion. So that is something to be aware of. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these on black. I'll probably put the other one on red. We'll go ahead and tuck the Haunting Voyage since we don't know what we're up against yet. And that's a big deal. You want to at least make sure you can secure that. Oh, this is the See the Truth combo deck with the Vadrek or whatever is probably what this is. If so, this could be a pretty big deal. So here, Cathartic Reunion, we just want to chunk both of these into the yard. We're probably going to have to live on this Shadow's Verdict, and that's assuming we even get a chance to use it if they're not set to combo off here in a couple turns. But they kept a hand with double See the Truth, so I don't blame them. That makes a lot of sense. You're going to go through a lot of cards. I did not need that other Shadow's Verdict, though. That's not good for us. Let's go ahead and use this. I'm going to chunk some giants in the graveyard. Well, I was hoping for a temple. I would have played that this turn, but let's go ahead and put that in on blue. So we do have an extinction event we can use in case of emergency. If they try to start setting stuff up here, we can kind of set them back a little bit. We still need a couple more turns to get to where we can actually cast the Haunting Voyage. Alright, opponent did not do anything here. So I think we equally are not going to do anything. I'm a little concerned here. I want to put this on red, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on black just to make sure we have double black when the time comes for that. Or in case we need to cast Shadow's Verdict next turn, potentially. I don't think we will, but you never know. There's a Sea Dasher Octopus. That's kind of annoying. Okay, well, the opponent's going to be able to equip. Or mutate, I should say. They're not doing anything here. Okay. No octopus on an octopus or anything wild like that? Okay, this is strange. There's some black mana. There's a mutate. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have to use Extinction Event, because Shadow's Verdict does nothing against a Heron. A Heron costs 5. Ugh. Well. Part of me wants to cast a Quakebringer, but I think we just do this. Yeah, I think that's fine. And unfortunately, we're just going to do this. Call Odd. Slow the opponent down a little bit there so they can't combo off with the Badrick. And now we're a land away from setting up a big turn here with our Haunting Voyage. This on red. What do we want to do here? I mean, we are kind of still looking for another land. Opponent could try to start comboing off next turn. We obviously can't play that. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to do this. This may also encourage the opponent to spend some mana to do something other than just mutate. So, or maybe even kill our Quakebringer, which if so, if we can draw an untapped land, sets us up pretty big next turn. Otherwise, I think we're just going to double up some Thirst for Meaning and see what happens. Alright, they attack. They get a second card for the turn. A third card for the turn, actually. Because they got one when they mutated. Are they killing our Quakebringer? That is the question. Or are they just going to mutate again? Nope, thrill of possibilities. Alright, if we get an untapped land, it's GG's. We did get the untapped land. Alright. We're going to get giants. That's just a big ol' hit. We can fling something? Sure. At the opponent? Can we get to randomly kill a creature? Yeah. Okay, I have to admit that was definitely different and it was definitely fun. I would say this though, it's not something I would say is like truly competitive. If you want to play some games in the play queue, you'll probably be able to hit as high as like 60-65% in some of your games, which is kind of crazy. But in the latter, you're going to be really, really matchup dependent. There's a bunch of them you're just going to struggle to win. You obviously don't want to see anything like Azorius Control or anything like Rogues, because that's bad for you. So, it's going to be tough, right? But if you go up against some of the white aggro decks and you draw your removal, then it's going to be great. So you just got to know that going into it. But it is something original and different, so, I'm down with it. It was cool. For today's card spotlight, I think we're going to talk about the shock lands from Ravnica, or any of the Ravnica sets for that matter. There's usually a period of time whenever a card rotates from standard that if it's still played in other formats or is really useful in Commander, like you'll see it drop because the standard demand immediately goes away, and then it'll start creeping its way back up, and then they'll actually stay pretty high for a while, especially in the case of the shock lands until they get reprinted again. Looks like that pattern's repeating now, and you're actually at the point that they're starting to go back up. So if you've been waiting to get your hands on these, or you need to fill in some stuff for your Commander decks, now's the time to go out and pick these up before they jump another $3-4 over the next few months. Remember, for today's deck, you can get that in the description down below, as well as links to all of my other stuff if you want to come follow me on Facebook Gaming, or if you just want to buy some merchandise, or even if you're shopping at Amazon or TCGPlayer for anything, mind you. If you use the links in the description below, I'll get a 1 to 3% kickback, and you'll be able to help the channel out without spending any other money you weren't already going to spend. And as always, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, because it helps you know when I have a video up and helps me know that you appreciate what I'm doing. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.